Welcome to the human experience. What I was learning was not to take any of it personally. Toward the end of the live broadcast of the Oscar show, I had a revelation that it wasn't my place to try to steer any ship. My job was to be in loving presence for myself and Will. There was no fixing or avoiding the storm that was to come. The way out was the way through, and this night was the opening of a new door into yet another unknown. One of the holy lessons of this night was how to practice loving unconditionally. All that thorny history of our complicated life together became a non-issue. Will was going to need my support. I knew that people who once proclaimed love for Will would turn their back. I knew how that felt, and I knew he didn't. My heart broke for him, but I couldn't prepare him for the onslaught. The only thing I could guarantee was that I wasn't going to leave his side. We came together, so we were leaving together. We were in this together, period. Ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde. Call on all the romanticized versions of all the outlaw shit you can think of. This is where my mind was sitting. Through all the bullshit between Will and me, when it's all said and done, this is what I do. I'm a ride or die. This night proved for me that conflict can indeed amplify love and compassion. Loving someone in ideal circumstances is easy. But what do you do, say, if someone decides to make a comedy special full of lies and unwarranted insults? You love them as God does, and you say to yourself when people hurt that it could be they believe they will feel better if they lash out. Can I honestly say I've never been there? The answer is no. And that's where compassion and well-wishing come in. As difficult and challenging as the events connected to Oscars 2022 were for everyone involved, I call it the holy slap and the holy joke because of all the holy lessons there to be learned for all of us. In the media frenzy that followed, I realized I was not any different from every hater and critic when it came to Will Smith. I had been willing to accept and embrace only that which I considered pleasing behavior from Will. I did not know how to love him in his shadow states. The holy slap helped me learn how to walk hand in hand with Will, with all the bats and gremlins, the part of him that had been banished deep into his darkest exile lands, and to be a torch of love for him until he could find his own. Shadow walking with a loved one takes a lot of practice, but it is the birthplace of unconditional love. The holy joke was my own shadow walk. Chris had hurt my feelings in the past, and it was like poking an old hurt when it came back around. And although I wanted to hold on to my resentments, I'd learned that would hurt me more than him. I'd seen another side of Chris beyond his hurtful jokes, and I could not unring that bell. He deserves my concern and my consideration despite how he may decide to drag me on stages. That's his issue, not mine. From spirit to spirit, he is my brother. And if it weren't for his holy joke, I would not have been able to embrace this teaching so deeply. The holy slap taught me the importance of learning to love Will in his shadow, how to continue to love myself through so much misunderstanding and vitriol, and how to love you, dearest reader, no matter what your thoughts may be concerning me. Will, our family, our marriage, or the holy slap. You have a right to think it all, and I will love you anyway, because you are lovable and worthy too by the decree of the divine, blessed be. So it is. Thy will be done. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Shadow work is the path of the heart warrior, the one and only Carl Jung. Woo-wee. Say it again, Carl, so the folks in the back can hear. What is a personal shadow? Carl Jung explains, shadow is the unconscious part of our character and personality that does not align with the ideal version of what we are aiming for. When a disturbing event occurs, our personal shadows rear up and unite to create a collective shadow. A raging ball of fear forms to demand order and compliance to our shared rejection, aka the judge and jury of cancel culture. The shadow is absolutely defenseless before light and love, which have the power to banish fear. Taking inventory of our shadow selves, whether personal or if we have joined a collective, is tough work in an unsafe and threatening world. It's easier to join the fray and hit back. If you are willing, take a gentle look at a fear you have, then sit in a quiet place and imagine breathing warmth and light into that fear. Does the fear begin to ease? Is your fear willing to teach your heart something new? Remember that your courage, like your kindness, is powerful medicine to bring light into the world of shadow. One love. Inspirational books and quotes.